Before I applied to graduate school, I wish I knew the School of Social Ecology existed, honestly, because I was in a graduate program that wasn't focused on practical application beyond the university or your specific program. So I would have loved to have training in a space that was focused on community-based research and community-based issues. And more broadly, I also wish I knew that it's okay to ask for help. As a first-generation college student, I was very reticent about emailing or going to office hours or reaching out to graduate directors and asking questions before I was applying. So it's my one biggest piece of advice is don't be afraid to ask for help.
My biggest piece of advice for brand new graduate students is to make a plan. So look up your normative time to degree. If it's 6 years, like for CLS, make a plan for each of those 6 years, just like one thing that you hope to gain over the course of that year, and then 2 to 3 things you want to produce tangibly by the end of the program, and then use that to guide your experience.
So after being admitted to grad school, there was that moment where I was super stressed out. It had been a while since I had been in school. I wasn't even sure if I could write anymore. Like I just felt very dusty. Like I needed to dust it off and be able to do it. And I think the imposter syndrome really set in, that what did I get myself into? Oh my gosh, am I even ready for this? But I had to realize that everyone else feels the same way too. I think we all have our own insecurities and we all are our biggest saboteurs, as RuPaul would say. You know, don't make sure that you understand that you wouldn't be there unless somebody believed in you.
My best piece of advice for grad students or incoming grad students is to learn to prioritize your well-being. Prioritize. Learn how to say no. Learn how to create boundaries. It will make your life so much easier if you learn how to not let people walk over you and learn how to navigate through any system.
Don't let the imposter syndrome get to you. You're meant to get into the program that you're in. If they chose you, it's because they wanted you. It's not out of luck. It's not out of any reason because maybe they thought your shirt was nice or you smiled big. It was because you're meant to be there. So with that being said, try your hardest, do your best because that's all you can do. Take advantage of your resources, reach out to your faculty, staff, the people in your cohort, and just know you're never alone, that there's always someone there to support you and that UCI is lucky to have you.
I would advise new graduate students to stay open about their interests. I know it can be very easy to go in and want to have that discipline to just follow through on whatever really heightened your interest, but I think it's really important to follow through on things that may seem like a glimmer of an interest, and you never know how they may grow to become something more substantial in the research that you decide to pursue, or just in ways that you'll be able to support your other peers.
So I always try to tell my students, everybody has imposter syndrome. The most accomplished, amazing person you've ever met has imposter syndrome. The trick is to learn how to recognize it and not to listen to it and not to let it stop you from doing the work that you were meant to do. So that's one thing that I always try and share with my students because we all feel it at some time.